Hello everyone. I wanted to take a moment and show you how to look up pricing in our sales manufacturer lookup. This is where you're going to look up any active goods that we show either on your floor or that we have on other floors throughout the company. This is not where you would look up any special order pricing. This would only be for active items. So here, my screen looks a little bit different than what your screens look on the floor because this is a management screen. But on your screens, you're going to have sales manufacturer lookup. So that's where you're going to go. Once you're there, you can enter what you're looking for several different ways. If you already have the manufacturer's number or group number, you can simply put that in here. So I'm going to enter, just as an example, the Cheers sofa, which is the U8877M. If I had the whole number, I could put the rest of the number in, but really this is enough information to where it should pull the item. So you don't always have to have the complete SKU for it to pull it. Here I'm going to click yes. I want to look at active and in-stock items. And you can see here it's pulling the entire collection of the U8877. Now in this box, if I had entered the L3 or the L2, it would have only have pulled that one item. And I'll show you that in a moment for you to see the difference. But here, this enables you to be able to look at each item to see what does come as part of that collection as an active piece. Here on the side, you can see it says active status. DI means it's discontinued. These pieces here all show active. Okay, this here shows your retail pricing. So this is actually what you would charge the customer. Now today we have going on a sales tax promotion. So you would be able to take sales tax off of these amounts. In other words, if a customer bought just this sofa, they would be paying $1699.99 and nothing more, because we would not be adding sales tax to it. If there were a time that we were offering maybe a 10% off promotion, then you would simply take 10% off of this $1699.99. Okay, so in looking at, let's go back and look at the single line item so that you can see what I mean. If I put in the L3, it's only going to pull that one item. So you can see there the difference. It has sofas because the L3 stands for a sofa. Okay, so that's why it's got both sofas there. So let's say these show obviously that there's two available on each of those, but let's say I wanted to look, maybe my customer wanted several. Maybe they were buying it for a community where they needed multiple, maybe a clubhouse or something of that nature. So I can click on OK. And here on this screen, it's going to tell me a little bit more information. It's going to tell me if there is a PO on order. Right here at the bottom, it would show the PO number, when it's due in, how many were ordered, how many are still available, and then the order date that it was placed. Okay, and then up in here, it shows all the different locations who has it on their floor. So you would have a situation where a customer called you based on something they saw on our internet, on our website, and they say, you know, do you have this on your floor? And if not, can you tell me what location has it on their floor? You could actually go to this screen and it would show stock of every location if there is stock. And as you can see, there's quantities of 0 of this particular sofa, with the exception of one in Bradenton. Of course, it had 2 in the warehouse, and that's where you would be able to see that. Okay. And again, it has your pricing here on that particular sofa. So this is where you would take off your discount from this based on whatever promotion we have running. The one I put in earlier that we looked at $16.99 is the one here above it. And as you can see, that's the one we display on the floor. You can see here it says 7 reserved, 8 on showroom floor. That's what that means. So there's 8 stores that have this currently shown on their floor. the 7 reserved, we'll go ahead and look at that so you can see what the PO looks like that we talked about. Again, there's still no PO on order, but here under reserved, it shows that there are 7 orders placed for this already, and here under reservations is where you would see each of those orders. Some of them are already scheduled for delivery and some of them are not. So we'll look at a different collection so you can see some different variances. So let's say I'm going to look at the Liberty dining table set, and it's shown as a group. Obviously you can buy those individually as well, but for the table and chairs is what I'm going to search. I'm going to look that up as a group, and you've got 3 different group options. One is going to be with the table with the 4 stools, one is table with 4 host chairs, and then another one is the 4 host chairs and the bench, which is the way we show it on the floor. And when you click on OK, it'll bring up each individual item that's within that group. So you've got the table, you've got the host chairs, and then you've got the bench. And here it shows you what the availability is. Again, it shows you that it is an active collection. Don't get the department confused with the status. Sometimes if something shows status, DI, meaning discontinued, but sometimes they'll look at the department and see that DI for dining, and they'll get confused thinking that means that it's disco. But the status is active or disco or dropped. Department is where it's coming from, if it's a bedroom, dining room, that type thing. So we have here, these are your prices individually. So let's say the customer said they only wanted to get a bench, or maybe they wanted an extra bench. Obviously your floor would be tagged, but if you happen to be a store that does not have it on your floor, this is where you would get the individual pricing of just that bench. And of course you would take whatever we've got currently running off of this particular price. If you wanted to look up just the chair by itself, you could just put in this LBY-411 without the group like we did, and that will pull just everything in the 411 collection, just as it did earlier when we were looking up the Cheers U8877 collection. Okay, I'm also going to show you mattresses. I think that's a good one for you to look at as an example. So let's say your customer is looking at the Beautyrest Nina mattress set. You can simply put in the code for the vendor and then the name, and most often that will pull by the name, as long as the name is referenced within the description. And as you can see, all of these are the Nina in different sizes. And then of course you've got all your same information here on the right. You've got groups, or you've got the individual. So you've got the twin Nina, the twin extra long Nina, the full, the queen, and the king. Those are the mattress only. And then you have the group, which is the full size set, the king set, queen set, twin extra long set. You've got a low profile in each size as well, okay? And then you've also got the adjustable base options in the king, the queen, or the 2 twin extra longs to make a king. And again, these are your prices that you would take whatever discount is offered on mattresses at the time you're looking off of these prices. Let's say I've just wanted to look up Simmons in general, and I just put in SIB. That makes it a little bit more confusing because everything that's offered will pull, including all dropped and discontinued items. So if you can narrow it down by the ones that, either by name or something of that nature, that definitely helps with being able to locate the product easier without having to go through all of the DI or the DR. You can see by me clicking on status, here on the side, it brought everything up in order. So when you get in, if you did just type in SIB, you can simply click the status button so that it reorganizes it based on the status so that all of your actives are together. That will definitely help save some time as well. To give you another example, I'm going to look at a bed, meaning a headboard, footboard, and rails. So let's go to Von Bassett and Group. Group is anytime there's more than one item that's needed to create a package. And this is the 115 collection. And as you can see here, for Group, it's got just the queen or the king bed. And again, when you highlight the one you're wanting to look at and then hit OK, then it will pull each individual item that's within that group. So you've got your headboard, your slat rails, your footboard, and then the center support, which is needed to be able to support the mattress. And then you've got your quantities. The only thing we're missing here is, of course, your center supports, which can possibly be found on a different order. So let's look at the queen as well. This particular one is showing as active. There are none in the warehouse currently. To see if there's a PO on order, we hit OK, and of course now this one brings up two different POs. You've got one that was ordered on the 20th of February and one that was ordered on the 28th. And then it's got your estimated dates of arrival here, and it's showing you how many you've got left in each. So you have two available, meaning one's already sold from this PO, and then you still got one on this PO that's available as well. Again, if I did not want to look at the group and I wanted to just look at that collection in general, I can take out the group and just put in the VBA 115 collection, and it will pull the entire collection so that you can see everything that's available. Again, I can click on status so that it puts it in order based on active, discontinued, or whatever. So this is showing you here that all of these particular pieces are active, meaning they're considered product that we would possibly have in the warehouse at most any given time, or at least a PO on order for it. Okay, again, this price here is the price you charge the customer, and you deduct whatever promotion we might be having, such as sales tax that we currently have going on, or maybe it's a 10% discount or whatever we might be offering. And again, this is showing the status, A for active, and then of course this department stands for, BE stands for bedroom. Okay, I hope this helps, and of course for any special order we do have a separate video explaining to you how to look up special orders. Thanks so much.